Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of my challenge to go live every single day. Now, one of the things that has really come through, or is very much present in my world and in the spaces that I'm in, is this discussion of identity. And it's something that I struggle with personally for quite some time through different parts in my journey, in my own life, as a mother, then as a business owner. Because as a business owner, you then start talking about identity in a slightly different way. And what I hear over and over and over and over again is this concept of either be, do, have, be, do, fake until you make it, these kinds of concepts. And I never really clicked with those concepts, and I never really got them as such. There was always something like, no, this is not quite for me. And when I sat down recently, I started sort of thinking about all of this. I was like, it's because all of these concepts, it indicates to me that I'm not good enough. I need to pretend to be this person, to be this, this mum, this business owner, whatever it is, to reach my goal or my dreams, or what frame it however you would like to frame it. And to me, that always seemed very dishonest. And like one of my core values is honesty and just telling as it is, essentially. So me pretending to be a version of myself that I'm not yet, to me, always felt really dishonest and just not aligned in any way, shape, or form. So when everyone always was talking about like identity and all of that, I'm just like, yeah, no, just, whatever. And it's only when I started to, again, like do my own work, like do my womb healing, that I connected with identity in a different level. And then I came across the concept of higher self. And like all of like the womb healing, the higher self concept is all about you are good enough as you are, and it's all from within. So I always say you're peeling back the layers of who you are. So rather than going outside to look at, oh, I want to be, this is, who I want to be, or what my goal is, my dream is. So I need to pretend, and buy all of these things. And there's if you are in this world, you'll know it's something along the lines, if you want to have like a wealthy lifestyle, for example, you buy all of the products that your future self would and all of that. And I'm just like, whenever I heard that, I'm just like, yeah, but that's not me right now. And then there's an argument that, you have to put yourself into that person essentially and start, getting those things now. And I guess to a certain degree, I sometimes agree actually, but I don't agree with this whole it's very much to fake it until you make it, and that is very much energy placed outside of myself. Whereas with like the higher self and like the womb healing stuff, it is literally peeling back the layers of who you are, and it's about who you are in this moment, and it's good enough, and you are amazing at what you do, and your higher self is within you. So with all of these other concepts, it's outside of you. Whereas when I look at identity and all of the bits around it, it's coming really from the inside. It's coming from who you are, your values, what is really like important to you. And and that is obviously different to everyone else. And with a lot of identity work, is all about like your future self. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I've actually got a meditation on that that is actually still live. But again, I'm honest. I just told you, I say it as it is, and I tell you. And but like with this future self again, it's almost like you're putting all of your power outside of you. And to me, that is never, it doesn't quite align. And which is why all of this concept about like be, do, have, and again, I understand all of the concepts. It's just, it makes me feel like I'm doing something, I'm not good enough, I'm wrong, I have to be someone else to reach my dreams. The version that I am right now is not going to achieve all of those dreams and goals that she wants to achieve. And I think this is the part where I've always struggled with and I had a problem with, and even now I have it. Whereas with the higher self, it's very much for me like, number one, being proud of, you know, where you are right now and celebrating every single step. So this week on my podcast, I actually celebrated 50 downloads. Now my podcast is, how long is it now live? Just under 3 months. And, you know, I've seen so many other podcast hosts that have like literally like thousands of downloads within like the first few episodes, which is great for them. But I'm doing something different. I'm doing it my way. I'm creating in the way that it works for me. And I don't have a huge following at this moment in time. So, you know, 50 downloads is huge for me. I'm just like, yes, I had a little celebration, and like really like I appreciate like every single listen, every single support, because I know I have some like incredible supporters for my podcast. And that's the things. If I'm in this like be, do, have mentality, it would be like, oh, what? It's only 50 downloads. Like, you need to have more. You know, strive for thousands, whatever. Whereas I'm like, yeah, I want these things, but I'm happy where I am. I appreciate where I am. I'm grateful for where I am. And that's taken me a long time to actually get here, to actually be in this space where I'm just like, oh yeah, you know, I'm happy. My identity, I'm always moving, like I'm always evolving and all of that. And like, is my business where I want it to be? No, not yet. Is my podcast where I want it to be? No. There's so many things, you know, where it's not quite where I want it to be, because that's what I'm working towards. But to me, it's just like, if I almost like pretend I have like this huge following and blah blah blah, I'm just like, yeah, but I would be running my business a lot in a much different way, and I know this because I've done this, and not in a way that works for me. And this, I'm doing it probably opposite way around to a lot of other people, other business owners, just generally in life as well. But it's what works for me. It's what feels good, and I know in the long run, this is what's going to work out, because I've seen over the past 3 years, 2.5, 3 years, since running my own business, where I've pivoted and had different businesses, I've seen so many people come and go because they're burned out, because they're doing it their way. This is going in a completely different like direction to them than it was going. It's just not got much to do anymore with identity. It actually has, but I've seen so many people come and go within the business space because they've been burned out. They've done all of these strategies, all of the things they're meant to be doing, and just go like really fast. Whereas I'm here for the long term, and if it takes me longer to build this, I'm happy with that, because I know I'm going to be here long term. I know I've got huge dreams for my business, for my life and like my family, etc. And I know all of them, or something better will happen. In that, I am so certain. I might have like little wobbles, and like when I said to my husband, like I think was it yesterday or the day before, I just don't know what I'm doing anymore in my business. I'm just like confused, having a little identity crisis. Sat down this morning in my sit, and it just like it came essentially flooding in. I'm doing a lot of identity work at the moment myself, which is why I brought this up. And when I was sitting there, it's like it just all like fell away, and it all started to make sense. I'm just like, yes, okay, fine. And that's the thing. Like, it's, for me, it's not about pretending like, my business is doing amazingly and is doing hundreds of thousands of pounds or dollars, wherever you are in the world, a year, because it doesn't. I'm very much in the beginning stages of my business. And you know what? I'm actually loving it. I am, for the first time, I am truly loving it, because I've got the freedom to do what I want. I can experiment. I can, I'm growing as a person. That's what identity is. You are just growing. And especially being a woman, having a death portal every single month, we're being, yeah, we're like death and rebirth portal. That's the word. Can you tell I've been out in the sun all afternoon? We're going through that every single month. So we're shedding layers every single month. So all of these, for me, the like be, do, have, for example, strategies or concepts, not so much strategies, but concepts, they make no sense to me, because every single month I'm shedding more and more of what doesn't serve me, just because that's a feminine cycle. And the be, do, have is just so, in my eyes, so rigid. And it's just be happy with where you are. Just use your death portals. Connect with your higher self, because your higher self will tell you. Like, if you have a question in your business, in your life, about your family, whatever it may be, about yourself, let's do yourself. Like, if you don't know what you maybe need to do to like look after yourself, for example, just connect to your higher self. I say just. If you've never done it, let me know, and I'll help you. Put a comment below and I'll help you. Just connect to your higher self and just ask. That's what. So when I say, like, if you follow me on Instagram, you see quite often, or I talk about it quite often as well, that I do my morning sits. I don't know why I put this in quotation marks. I do morning sits. So I literally sit down in my little space where I was yesterday and kind of meditate. It's more like a connection kind of thing. And that is connecting me like to my higher self and all of that. And it's so powerful. And it gives me more clarity than any strategy or any be, do, have. And it really helps me also strip away things. And this is what happened this morning. Like, when I was just sitting there, and a lot of times I don't even close my eyes. I just sit there and have my coffee with them, baby monitor, just to make sure that my daughter's not falling out of bed again. And just connect. And like this morning was like absolutely amazing. It was just like, yeah, just here, do this. And that's it. And I'm just like, and I have earlier on, I said to my husband, I was like, that conversation we had yesterday? Yeah, it's now like, I have the answers now, essentially. I was like, I'm just going to do this, and that's done. Like, all of the pressure on certain things like on social media gone for me because I'm putting this into place. And funnily enough, because the pressure was gone, because we were talking about creating content on Instagram this morning when I was outside with my daughter. Oh, what happens? Oh, of course, I've got a download for a post. So it's bringing this back to identity. If you are like me, very much struggling with the like, be, do, have, fake until you make it, all of this like, I want to say like more masculine energy kind of thing. Come from it from like a higher self view, and like the death and rebirth portal that we go through every single month, because that will help you like really anchor into yourself and really anchor who you are, and start asking yourself the questions what you need to do to get to your goals, to your dreams, whatever it is that you're working on at the moment, because you will get the answer, I promise. This today has really gone not quite as I thought it would happen, but this is why I don't plan these things, these lives. I have like an idea what I'm going to talk about. Like today, I knew it was going to be identity because that's the download I got. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, if you have like no idea how to connect to your higher self, or have any questions about the death and rebirth portal, or any other questions, just comment below and I will get in touch with you. But thank you so much for anyone that was here live and who joined me on the replay. I will be going out a little bit longer into our garden in the sunshine before making dinner. I hope you have a sunny day wherever you are, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.